Hello and welcome back to another Bad Movie Reviews review hosted by your favourite long walker from down under, Ben. And I'm back reviewing another release for 2025, and it is obviously The Long Walk, as you can probably tell from the title, the video, the backdrop. Now, if you're not familiar with The Long Walk, it is a Stephen King novel which is now turned into a feature film. Now, the novel was actually Stephen King's first ever written project. I think his first published, not his first published one, but his first ever written project. And to keep the plot as information bare bone as possible, it's basically a yearly contest where a group of teenage boys compete in the long walk, where it's basically a certain speed. In the book, it was 4 miles per hour. In the film, it's 3 miles per hour. They keep a certain speed until the last one standing. If you drop below that speed or anything like that, you do get killed. Now, obviously, very brutal concept. The film is actually directed by Francis Lawrence, who not his first rodeo when it comes to teen dystopian type films. He has directed Hunger Games: Catching Fire onwards. He did direct Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence as well. He also directed The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, going to be directing, I think, I Am Legend 2, apparently the Bioshock film, Hunger Games. But he's a director that I've always thought had definitely the chops. He's obviously done the teen type film, and this is no different. It is a lot more grim, violent than obviously his previous films, but overall, I think he is a fantastic director to attack this. Now, I'm going to go out on a whim here. I've obviously seen a lot of Stephen King related films, but in my opinion, this is one of the best adapted Stephen King novels I've seen on cinema. I have read the book. There are a few changes, which I won't really touch on too much, but there are a few changes from the book. Overall, the ending has been changed. I do think it's a much more bleaker ending than the book. But to chat about the film itself, it does a really good job in setting up these characters. Obviously, it's a very dialogue-heavy film as it's majorly taking place on a walk. But you have some fantastic performances. Cooper Hoffman, obviously Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, who plays Raymond, is great in here. But I think you get a phenomenal performance from David Johnson, who plays Mick Rees, or Peter, number 23. And you would have seen him in Rye Lane, Alien Romulus. I think he gives one of my favourite performances of the year. Not necessarily saying it's the best, but his compassion that he shows, his somewhat his charisma, he's somewhat enigmatic. He is fantastic in the film, and overall the supporting cast are all really great here too. I think they really add to the depth of the film and the idea of obviously friendship, love, in even the bleakest of times. And I think from a craft perspective, the film really stands strongly. I think Francis is a great director and he's directed it extremely well. I think the cinematography, it does look great. The score is really powerful and impactful. Obviously, it's a very harrowing film. It's a very bleak movie. It starts, obviously, somewhat as an annual contest, and then once, like a walk and very good vibe, and then once that first shot is taken, it really, really hits hard. And I think the sound design is impeccable. Each gunshot made me genuinely jump. It felt real. I think it is obviously a film that was somewhat of an allegory for Vietnam at the time. I think it was back in 1979. And it has an interesting place on outlook, in my opinion, on the current state of the world, America at the moment. Like it's really quite powerful and impactful. And I think it is a fantastic film that has a lot to say and extremely, extremely harrowing. I think the way it told its story was extremely effective. Overall, it's obviously extremely entertaining to watch, but it is a film that really teaches you a lot about the will to live, the will to survive, the will of the love of friendship, and how much care you can have for people in the most harrowing of times. But overall, I really, really recommend this film. I think it's genuinely probably up there for one of my favorites so far of 2025, and I can't recommend it enough. I highly, highly recommend going to see this in the cinema. If you have seen it, comment below, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. If you like the review, please give us a like. It does mean a lot. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.